Hello students, we'll move on to the next set of problems that is related to page replacement. Okay, so before going into the problem, we'll just see what do we mean by page replacement. Okay, so we'll assume we have a program here. Okay, you have a program. Now you want to execute this particular program. Execute this particular program means you have to load it into main memory. Okay, so your main memory is divided into what is called as frames. Okay, so your program you can divide into what is called as pages. So if you want to execute a program means this page should find a corresponding frame in the main memory. Okay, so suppose here we'll assume we have page 1 and you have page 2. So page 1 is loaded here in frame 1, page 2 is loaded here in frame 2, and we might be having one more page 3 that is loaded in frame 3. Okay, so these are frame, these are pages. Now suppose you have one more page 4. This also need to be executed. But what happens here? Frames are already filled. In this case, you have to go for what is called as page replacement. That is, you should try and replace some page which is not required right now. Okay, so for that purpose you have different page replacement algorithm. So using this page replacement algorithm, we are going to replace a particular page from the frames so that another page can be loaded into the frames. Okay, so this is we will see each of this algorithm. Along with that, one more term you should know is page fault. So what do you mean by page fault is, now suppose in this case, in your main memory you have page 1, page 2, page 3. We are assume we are searching for page P4 or page 4, but that page 4 is not there in your main memory. That time you are calling it as page fault. So page fault is nothing but if a particular page is not there in the main memory, then you are calling it as page fault. Okay, so in this problem, that is which is related to page replacement algorithm, you have to find how many page faults will occur using each of this page replacement algorithm. Okay, so we will see. So first we'll solve the algorithm that is first in first out. Okay, so this is the same problem that is given to you in your notes. I'll just explain this problem to you. So here the reference string is given. Reference string are also, but you can say it as pages here, P1, P2, P3, which you want to load it into the frames. Okay, so these are the reference string. Assume 3 frames. So 3 frames are available. So what we have to do in this 3 frames, we should try to load all these pages. Initially all the 3 frames are empty. How many page fault would occur in first we'll speak about first in first out. So what happens in first in first out is, whichever has come in first, so whichever page has come in first, you have to replace that particular page, or you have to replace, in other way you can say replace oldest page. You can also say it this way, you have to replace the oldest page. Okay, so what is page replacement? I said here we have page 1, page 2, page 3. Suppose you want to load one more page P4, but what happened here? Frames are already filled. Frames are already filled means you have to go for page replacement technique. Okay, so we'll come here. So in the question they have told 3 frames. So you have to do using 3 frames. Okay, initially all the 3 frames are empty. Now you are checking whether this page 7 is there in the frame. But what is the status of frame? Frame is empty. So this is your page fault. So what do you mean by page fault? If a particular page is not there in the main memory, then you're calling it as page fault. So now what we are going to do? We are going to load that particular page. So you're going to load that particular page in the frames. Okay. Similarly, next the page is page number 0. So 7 is there here. Next page is 0. Similarly, next one. So again this is also page fault because 0 was not there. Next 1. What and all you have in your frame? You have 7, 0. 1 is not there. So again it is a page fault. You have to load this. So here you have 3 page fault. Okay, so when you add all these 3 frames, now what happened? Your frames are filled. So now you have to go for the page replacement algorithm. Okay, so now you are trying to search for this page 2 in the main memory. It is not there, so again it is a fault. Okay, you have to load this page. So which technique you are using, which replacement technique you are using? You are replacing using the technique first in first out. So you have to replace a page which is the oldest one. So out of this 701, which is the oldest one? 7 is the oldest one. So replace 7 by 2. Okay, and others you are writing it as it is. So this is also a page fault because 2 was not there. Now next page is 0. You can see 0 is already there in the main memory, so it is not a page fault. So I am not going to write any column here. Okay, next 3. What happens? 3 is not there here, so it is a page fault. Whenever page fault, you have to write the column here. Now where you are going to replace this 3? It should be, this is first in first out, so whichever has come in first, that particular page you have to replace. You have to check here. 201 you have 2, just you have loaded, which is the oldest one among 0 and 1. 0 is the oldest one, so you have to replace 0 by 3. Okay, I hope you have understood. Or one more technique here for first in first out. Since you have 3 frames, every page should appear thrice, and once it is done thrice, then you have to replace it. You can see here 7 is there thrice, then you replace. Again 0 will come thrice, then you are going to replace. If you have 4 frames, each one should come 4 times, and then you have to replace. That you can check it in FIFO, you can do that way also. But the concept what we are saying, replace the page which is the oldest one. Next page is 0. 0 is not there here, so it is a page fault. Where you have to replace the oldest page. Out of 2, 3, 1, oldest one is 1, so it will be 2, 3, 0. Okay, again this is a page fault. Next 4. 4 is not there, so it is a page fault. Where you are going to replace 4? Replace the oldest page. Out of 2, 3, 0, the oldest page is 2, so you replace 2 by 4. Others you are writing as it is. Next 2. 2 is not there, so it is a page fault. Okay, you have to replace 2. Which one you are replacing? 4 you just placed, so out of 3 and 0, oldest one is 3, so it will be 4, 2, 0. Next you have 3. 3 is not there in the frame, so it is a page fault. Which one you have to replace? Replace the oldest one. Out of 4, 2, 0, oldest one is 0, so it will be 4, 2, 3. Again it is a page fault. Again come here, 0 is not there here, so it is a page fault. You have to replace the oldest page. Out of 4, 2, 3, oldest page is 4, so 0, 2, 3. Next 3. 3 is already there, so it is not a page fault. 2 is already there, not a page fault. Now you have to do for 1. 1 is not there in the main memory, so you have to find some place where you can load this page 1. So you are going to replace some particular page. In FIFO you are going to replace the oldest page. So the oldest one is, out of 0, 2, 3, oldest one is 2. Okay, so you are going to replace this. Again 2 not there in the main memory, so it is a page fault. When it is a page fault, you have to write a column like this. Replace the oldest page. Out of 0, 1, 3, oldest one is 3, so it will be 0, 1, 2. Next 0 is already there, no page fault. 1 is already there, no page fault. 7 is not there, so it is a page fault. Replace the oldest page. Out of 0, 1, 2, oldest one is 0, so it will be 7, 1, 2. Next 0 not there, so it is a page fault. Replace the oldest one. Out of 7, 1, 2, oldest one is 1, so it will be 7, 0, 2. Next you have 1. 1 is not there, so it is a page fault. replace the oldest page out of 702. Oldest one is 2. So it will be 701. So this is how you have to do. Now in the question they have told you have to calculate how many number of page faults are there. So you have to calculate this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Therefore there are 15 page faults. Page faults. So page faults are nothing but the particular page was not there. So here initially it was empty. It was page number 7 was not there. So you have loaded it. So that is page fault. When a particular page is not there in the main memory, you are calling it as a page fault. So here you got 15 page faults. Thank you.